Okay, how are you, sir?
I'm fine. Go right ahead. Okay, you do that one more time, I'm going to cut you off.
I'm sorry. This phone, I must be...
Well, we have a requirement, a couple of very minor requirements here. Number one, make sure you speak into the mouthpiece, not into the ear section of the phone. Number two, shut your radio off. Number three, complete sentences. And number four, stop pressing your buttons. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I was just listening to your segment on Ron Paul a little earlier, and I'm not sure that you quite got some of his talking points correct. And I was just, wondering if you could, correct my misunderstanding if I happen to have any.
I'd like to see a lot less nuclear weapons. I don't want Iran to have a nuclear weapon. I would like to reduce them because there would be less chance of war. But to declare war on 1.2 billion Muslims and say all Muslims are the same.
Ho. Who said that? When he said that last night, I said, well, who the hell said that? Declare war on 1.2 billion Muslims? I didn't hear Bachman say it. I didn't hear Santorum say it. He throws these red herrings out there. Yes, we're going to declare war. Well, at least we'll be happy that we declared war on 1.2 billion Muslims. Who said that? Go ahead.
This is dangerous talk. Yeah, there are some radicals, but they don't come here to kill us because we're free and prosperous.
Oh, no. They didn't come here to kill us because we're free and prosperous on 9/11 and the other attempts that fail because of things like the Patriot Act and other stuff that he opposes. No, they came here to love us. They were bearing gifts for Ramadan. Do they give gifts on Ramadan, Mr. Producer? Honestly, I have no idea, but I'm sure. Whatever. But, yes, it's all a terrible misunderstanding. It's our government's fault. We provoked them in those attacks. Just a few what the hell? Just a few of them.
Switzerland and Sweden? That's absurd.
Stop. Do they go to Switzerland and Sweden? Does anybody go to Switzerland or Sweden? No. What does Switzerland and Sweden have to do with it? They're coming after us, Dr. Paul. Because we are the superpower for liberty. Get it? They're not going to Switzerland or Sweden to get national health care. They're coming here to attack the heart of the West. See the point? Of course you don't. Go ahead.
If you think that is the reason, we have no chance of winning this. They come here and they explicitly explain it to us. The CIA has explained it to us. It said they come here and they want to do us harm because we're bombing them.
Oh, now I get it. We're bombing them. We're bombing them. It's not that we should pay attention to what the jihadis actually say. Of course, the Iranians want to slaughter all the Jews in Israel because the Jews in Israel have been bombing Iran. Oh, yes. They're constantly bombing Iran. Don't you know that? That's why the Islamo-Nazi regime in Tehran wants to wipe out the Jews in Israel, because they're bombing Iran. Right? No, you idiot. Wrong. Why does Hugo Chavez and his regime hate us? Are we bombing Venezuela? No. Are we bombing Bolivia? No. Ecuador? No. Nicaragua? No. And yet, they have communist leaders in those countries, all of which are constantly scheming against us. Why do the Red Chinese hate us? Have we been bombing Beijing? No. Because they're communists, that's why. And I could go on, but why the hell should I? Oh, yes, Ron Paul and his wacky professors, they've got it all figured out. I wonder if any of them wrote his newsletters. Don't ask Ron Paul. He doesn't know who wrote his newsletters. He never read them. He never wrote them. He never produced them. He never profited from them. Ron Paul really isn't his name. Just like Obama, as I said, sitting there in the pews. I don't know who the hell Wright is. I never heard a single speech that he gave. Yes. At my request, he married my wife and me, and he baptized my kids. But so what? He actually didn't say anything. He just baptized them. Oh. You don't know who Wright is? You don't know what he said? Of course not. What about Bill Ayers? What about him? You went to his house. You launched your campaign for Congress. He helped raise money for you. We introduced you to other radical nutjobs in Chicago. Who's Bill Ayers? Never heard of him. What are you trying to suggest? That I'm a commie? What are you trying to suggest? I don't love my country? Like this Ron Paul. You're saying I'm a racist? No, I'm saying genius. He's the genius, right? With his little cabal of professors, tenured bureaucrats. Yes, I'm asking him. Explain the newsletters. Explain them. Oh, they're coming after Ron Paul. No, I've been talking about this for a very, very long time. I want to know about it because I do not want the Republican nominee to be a crackpot. I want to defeat Barack Obama with a conservative. By the way, I said I will vote for Romney if he's the nominee. Romney's not a crackpot. He's just not that conservative. But I would certainly vote for him. Ron Paul, how can you vote for Ron? By the way, he's not going to be the nominee, so don't sweat it. I'm just making a point. Let's go to Bob, Birmingham, Alabama, the great WAPI. How may I help you, sir?
Hello, Mr. Levin. How are you, sir?
Very well, thank you.
Nice to talk to you. The first time I've called the show. I'm an ex-Republican because they forced me out of the party, basically, with their behavior. And I do support Ron Paul. I'd like to just comment that it seems...
Well, wait a minute. Ron Paul's not an ex-Republican. He became a Republican, and now he wants the Republican nomination. So what are you talking about?
Ex-Republican.
No, I know who you are, but I'm saying your great leader did the opposite of what you did.
Yes, but what I wanted to comment...
So why do I care what you think about the Republican primary if you're an ex-Republican and you left the Republican Party?
Well, I haven't left. I'm still a registered Republican. But
oh, so you're not an ex-Republican. You're a member of the Republican Party. So why did you say you're an ex-member of the Republican Party?
This is not about me. This is about Ron Paul as well.
Well, it is about you because I'm talking to you and not Ron Paul. You came on and you said I'm an ex... I listened to what you said, Bob, like I listened to what all you RuPaul types say, because you hit and run and you cherry pick. You said I'm an ex-Republican. You're not an ex-Republican. You're a registered Republican. What you are is an ex... There he goes. What he is an ex-member of the Libertarian Party, is what I wanted to get at with him, who with others are coming into the Republican primary process to trying to influence it. I'm not against any of that, but let's at least get our representations on the table and be truthful. And be truthful. That's all. Don't tell me you're something when you're not. By the way, Dr. Paul, you're asked continually, will you run third party? And you keep saying, it is my intention not to. What is that all about? It's out there to create confusion, isn't it? It's out there to have that little hope that you're prepared to be a spoiler. Right? Do I have that about right? In other words, for all your claptrap, the fact of the matter is, you are prepared to see this country go down under Barack Obama because your ego's out of control. This could be a close election, particularly in these battleground states. 1% here, 5,000 votes there. No, Ron Paul's not a juggernaut, even if he wins in Iowa. All due respect to Iowa. I love Iowa. Never been there, but I love it. Why do I love it? Because I'm supposed to. But I love it because I like corn. And people who work hard to grow corn are good people. Good people. Down-to-earth people. But they also have colleges there. And what's going to happen is all these kids are going to turn out and give him his 8, 10, 12, 15% of the vote, whatever he's going to run around and say, look at this, they're people. The people are rallying around me. No, they're not. No, they're not at all. He's become the Harold Stassen of presidents. How many times has this guy run? Is this his 5th time? I don't even know.